not go live? Am I not live right now? As I'm live, I'm seeing comments. Hey, Mr. Miru. Hey guys, I might have the transformations shown up. We did transformations first today. If you go on the YouTube channel and check the first live from today, you'll see some transformations there. We didn't get through a whole set, but we had some. JK Cougar, what's going on? You good? Good to have you on. Evening. Just give me a couple of seconds. Yeah, YouTube, I have a little issue. I'm not seeing the stream like it didn't pick up on YouTube itself. I'm not sure. Look at there. All right, cool. I'm now seeing it. Bush, I went and I made my circle theorem videos available on my channel. So if you go to my channel on YouTube and look in the lives from somewhere in October, November last year, you'll see them. The first two I didn't get to put, but I put like all the others. So that should hold you over at least a little bit. Right, the later question, the later videos have the part of the question anyway. You go vomit tomorrow, Miru. Well, if they're gonna make you feel better some way, somehow do it and then get to work. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Minus h. Yeah, x equal to minus h. That's correct. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Sorry, almost sending us in your own place. Yeah, yeah.
Is your value in front? Sorry. That's not like that's just that is 40. Wait, no, sorry. That's okay. Okay, so you have 4 minutes. No,
Yeah.
so no one can go job like it's 4 minutes.
Okay.
So that's why you're ABC. Your values is what you get. Your expert.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Oh wait, I need to put the questions in. What's the first one you guys have? Sorry, Jan 2024. Yeah, sorry, I didn't check my comments for a little bit. I was talking to my wife. Nah, yeah, that's sleep tonight.
For the next parts. Same value.
Okay, we're not with. All right, here's Logan. Hey Logan, how you doing? Don't worry, we got started, so you miss nothing. All right, Jody, what's going on? Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Mekai, I'm trying to make it till 8:30. I'm real tired. I don't know that I could. But for 8 o'clock for sure, I'll try for 8:15. But I feel that's all I have in mind right now. Because I still had, after I still had to go pharmacy and get some things for home. And I had to go and have the current shirt. No, Trishana. I was just doing nothing. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. No. The roots are when you put the quadratic equal to 0 and solve. H and K are neither of those.
That's going to have this is algebra.
And this is part of algebra. Algebra is huge. Our regular tricks, SOHCAHTOA, basic geometry.
Yes.
They have these sequences, patterns and sequences. Okay, we did measurement today, right? So you have some of that. I don't know how you feel about constructions if you're gonna bother with it.
Again, never moved that
Just one sec. Me, myself, and I, Unit 1 crash course went already. I'm not teaching it this year, so I'm teaching it. Sorry about that. But you can check out my school.com, SKOL community. I uploaded all my Unit 1 classes there. I'll be very honest and transparent. There's not much Module 1 stuff. I did most of Module 2 but didn't finish it. And there's Module 3 is probably the most comprehensive one I have there. But there's still real plenty Module 2 content and real plenty Module 3 content. But barely any Module 1 stuff. And the past paper stuff is like at the end when I teach the topics. So it's not really like past paper stuff together, except for maybe later down like later videos. But that was like in I think 2023 or 2022. No, 23. So yeah, so it missing some of the more recent past paper questions. All right, guys, sorry about that. Just I'm trying to get some stuff in gear here. All right, hold on. Did I send? What? Okay. Math people, right? Okay, so I sent the January stuff. I put a meter printer on. It's 3 pages. I was telling that to you all just now, right? All right, guys. So the intention with this session is to just go through some complete square stuff and some graph stuff with that, right? Yeah. So this is Jan 2024, right, guys? Sorry, I should label it. Okay, let's go. So we have a quadratic expression here, 4x squared minus 24x plus 31. And they want it in this form. Yeah, this form here, a by x plus h squared plus k. Right, so a x squared plus bx plus c. So h has a very simple formula. It's equal to b over 2a. Right, these are the shortcut formulas for completing the square for those who didn't know, all right? Yeah. Minus hk is the coordinates of the maximum minimum, that's correct. All right, cool. Add maths? No, no Suki. No add maths. All right. So B is minus 24. A is 4. 2 by 4 is 8, right? So we have minus 24 over 8. That's minus 3. Whoa. Yo. I don't know what. You're supposed to know it. Bottom line, we did it last year, July, August. Uh-huh. You weren't well? Well, that's why you're supposed to revise. Well, it is a large syllabus, and it is difficult to revise everything. That's the challenge. That's part of the job. Well, I still suggest tonight you get a good night's sleep. All right. Not Jav. They will be coming. I don't know if simple inch will come. What is this? This is computing the square. To sketch a quadratic graph. 4 by 4 is 16. 31 by 16. 31 by 16. 310 plus 180 is 496. Anybody? Oh. Yeah. So minus 576 over 16. That's minus 5. Right, so therefore, final answer here, right? So therefore, 4x squared minus 24x plus 31 is equal. So they want it in this form: a by x plus h all squared. All right, so 4 into x plus 8. Now h is minus 3, so it's x minus 3. Then squared plus k, and k is minus 5. All right, so this here is your answer. All right. Unit 1, sorry, let me put it here for you. School.com, and you're looking for my handle, adapt tuition. Right, it's not free. There's a small fee attached to it, but you could sign up and cancel one time, so you only charge for 1 month, right? Because the exam is pretty soon. So how do you get the X? they give it when you say X, like, but this X here, they give that to you, right? I didn't really get the X. Okay. So, never see it before me, huh? Well, you see it now. Durga, voila. All right, in class, people, are you okay with what's currently on the screen? Any questions, anybody, anything? All right, so Hanifa, Liam, and Logan, just give me a quick G if you need me to re-explain anything. Yeah, static, it is quadratic function static. It's not like regular f of x and g of x, that kind of thing, but it is functions. It's quadratic. All right. Yeah.
On this calculator, can you change from degrees to
Really?
fractions?
Use the fractions.
Like when I give the answers.
So like what, like if you have like 3.5 by 6.2.
Like, you remember how like on the other on this Casio, when they give you the answers, you could change it. So... Oh, okay.
Yep, there you go. All right, cool.
Okay. Like it's your fractions.
All right, in our reach. All right, cool. Right, so long story short, these are formulas you have to know, right? Emia, even how you doing? Yeah. So this is called the completed square form, right? This is the quadratic expression. The a is the coefficient of the x squared term. B is the coefficient of the x term, and C is the constant, the term independent of x. This is a different presentation of a quadratic expression called the completed square form. To get the h and k, we have two formulae we apply. H is simply equal to b over 2a. The b and the a come from the original form of the quadratic, right? So you substitute, simplify, and solve. The k, as you can see, is a slightly more involved formula, right? But again, the values of a, b, and c is seen here come from the original quadratic. So again, substitute, simplify, and solve. And then after you do that now, you're going to state what they wanted you to state in the format in which they wanted you to state it. Right, Bush? What's that, my vibes? Richard, it doesn't come that often, but let's say 40% of the time. Ghosted, ratified. That is utter poppycock. You will not lose marks using the formula. That's rubbish. What's the point of the formulas then? Right? Yeah, no. Ghosted, you will not lose marks. Those formulas are meant to be used. So anybody who tell it different, just smile and nod until they have a nice day. Yeah. Nope. Not happening tonight. All right. How long I start? 15 minutes, sure. I think I started the live around 6:45, 6:50, but I didn't start doing anything until about 7, a little after 7. It's the first piece of the first question. This is all I have so far. Yeah, miss one. Right? Okay. On the axis below, sketch a graph of that, including the coordinates of the max and minimum point and the y-intercept. Okay. Hold on, just now. Mishka, why do you come here and do that? Why do you come here and do that? As in, hey.
Am I ready for that?
Well, you explain to Kiona, right? Is it part 2 you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, explain the sketch. All right, guys, I'm going to pass it off to my friend Mishka for a little bit, who helps with my classes. All right, yeah. She's going to explain the sketch, and I'll rehash it if anything. All right, just think about it from this
Oh. I feel like I'm being tested right now. Ashna, this is preparing you for your driver's license. Yeah, this is exactly like that. Okay. Why is my mind going blank? Okay. What was the
sketch you do, right?
Yeah, what was the thingy for the form? I'm like, what's the form? What was the form that they give it to you in? Okay. Oh, okay. Let me log in. Okay, cool. Like here? Okay.
What's happening is
Moves
the
Okay.
It's still good. You're not writing anything. You also saw me write something, right?
And right, you're not crazy. It's 4x. It's 4x plus 3 squared minus 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Thanks, y'all. Feeling very confident right now.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Right, so the first thing to assess is the shape of the cube.
Yeah.
Let's have two shapes. What are they? Minus, max or min. How do we tell if it's a max or min?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, so you look at the value of A, the coefficient of the x squared term. If it's positive, you smile, which is a minimum curve. If it's negative, you frown, which is a maximum curve. What's the value of A here? It's 4, it's positive, so we know the shape of the curve. Now we know the shape of the curve, we need to know the position, right? There are 3 things we have to know. We have the x-intercept, which is called the roots, y-intercept, which we have already. So the value of C here.
I'm like, I just don't want to move. I'm trying to like get it up here. See, but
Undo is your friend.
undo. Okay.
Okay, cool. So what you could try to do is you could use the scroll bar. Right. So,
Okay.
what do you call this? We have the shape. Now we need to know three things. One, it's a minimum curve, so we need the coordinates on the set indicating the coordinates of the max or minimum point. Cool. Now we also need to know the roots, so we have partial the x-axis and the y-intercept. That's the easiest one, right? The y-intercept is simply the c value. The c being ax squared plus bx plus c. So the c is the constant, the term independent of x. What is the value of c in that expression? 31. So it means that at the point of 31 on the y-axis, the curve passes through there. So 31 is normally kind of high, right? Now, if it's a sketch, we do not need a scale. You also don't need every single number on every axis. You just need to put the numbers that are important. Y-intercept, x-intercept, or the roots, and the
max min points, yeah.
So, check it. Normally I would tell you, my secret for sketching is I start sketch when they give me axis. I either sketch put a draw axis and half. Here we don't have a choice. Now, how do we get, so we have the y-intercept, 31. How do we get the x-intercept or the roots? Either put the quadratic equal to 0 and solve by a factorization. Or you use the quadratic. Which do we want to see?
Formula.
Formula? Alright, be sure. We need space with that. Here we go, right?
Okay, yeah.
Just to scroll up. Right.
Okay.
That's the secret. 2 fingers.
Right. Okay.
So here we're gonna do, right? Formula, because I want them to be able to see it after.
That's minus.
Okay. Yeah. So let's just click add page. Right.
Okay.
So it's 4x squared. It's minus 24, guys.
I think so, yeah.
Right. Minus 24x plus 31, right? Right. So just so right underneath that, put ax squared plus bx plus c. Right. So the formula to solve for x, anybody remember it? Minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now it's given to you on the formula sheet. So if you have to not remember it,
That was my bad. Minus b.
Minus b.
Plus minus.
Plus or minus the square root of.
Oh, b squared, yeah.
B squared.
Minus
4ac
all over 4a. 2a.
Alright, so now let's substitute and so hold on. You guys want a chance to solve that?
I think
Okay,
they
go ahead,
do.
take it. Right, so chat. I know they can't see more, but I know you can hear me. Right, so you all can try it. Right, the value of. Oh, sorry, Mishka, one more thing.
Yeah.
What we can do. Right. So you see this thing here, the little between next to the arrow?
Next to this?
Yeah.
Lasso.
That's right, so you're gonna circle the formula.
Uh-huh.
And shift it down to lines. Right?
Okay.
What I want to do here, I want to make these values of a, b, and c.
Okay.
So in that, so when you skip a line, you go to ax squared plus b. So put a equal to 4, b equal to minus 24, and c equal to 31. What is it?
We want a hard. Yeah, they're like, what is going on right now? It's looking like I'm
Maths is maths. Maths in name.
Yeah, literally.
Hold on. Let's put it in formula. Right,
Yeah, it's just substitution,
that's form
y'all.
3. Right? I mean, I get that form 3.
I need to. Yes, we
I
did.
know.
We did. But I have
Right, so we could do it there too. Yeah.
I'm trying to write all the A, B, and C, but like the lasso thing is still slow.
Oh no, yeah, then just to depend. Go back to depend. If you want to ever just take a point, you can.
Oh my god, like all of these like skills.
Yeah, is that all of it?
Yeah, like oh,
Right, so click the pen.
pens. Am I? Yeah, pens. Okay.
And you can click any color you want.
I'm
and then
feeling.
you click on the
Actually,
down
I
arrow.
think I'm feeling pink.
Click on the down arrow. What I will do is you could mix and match this. You can take a slightly heavier weight on the point. Or whatever.
Okay, so E is 4. B is 9.
You should get one. You might get one positive, one negative. Yeah, because if you get this negative, it has What term? Oh, position. The vector that's out to the origin.
But I said that too, and I was like, 2 marks, boy. What's position vector? 2 marks. 1 mark for position.
Oh my gosh, Chris, people are tweaking in this chat right now.
Chat. All right?
This is like so much pressure right now.
Chat.
It's not that serious, dude.
Chat, let's hear Chat. Take some deep breaths.
Shut.
Deep breaths. If you're in trouble, just stop it down and review it later. Alright? Just listen as you go along, don't panic. There's no guarantee this will come. But you need to know your quadratic formula because in question 2 last year, they have to use it. It's in the formula sheet. Right? In the formula sheet. So it's there. So what we're going to do, we're going to show you how to use it. Simple substitution. But thereafter, you have to use a calculator. Okay? Alright, I'll go back this way.
It's so unsafe.
Alright. Don't do that, boy. But you can't hear me? Okay, sorry. Can you hear me now? Alright. What's the chance of bringing it again? Yeah, boy. It's about that time, you know. Mishka, you have my. Oh, no, look at it. Don't worry. Take my pen. Alright. So we put in, so we're going to sub the values in, right? So minus b. Right, b is minus 24, right? So we're going to put minus b, which is minus 24, which will become plus 24, very good. Right, over b, right, so b squared, so minus 24 then, squared minus, sorry, 1 second. Minus 4 by a by c. All over 2 by a. Right, so I will get through here, but I'm so anxious. Right, one of the hacks I've learned about anxiety and people feeling nervous, the physical symptoms of that is basically the same as when you're excited. So tell yourself, lie to yourself and say, I'm excited. Say it out loud, I'm excited. I'm excited. That way, you try to, it kind of changes the aura of the energy, all right? So Ambi, we're doing some question 8s from some of the more recent papers, Ambi. All right, Tyreek. All right, so them pick me their straight distinctions. I hope so. The equation is incorrect. Which one? Minus b plus or minus the square root of 4ac all over 2a. Aliyah, can you use the AC? Let's try. I want to try it after. Actually, I'm interested to try it. Right, but this will tell me if I could do it. Let me go apply for work at Chinese one time. All right, guys. Okay, there we go. So minus 24 becomes positive 24, right? Plus or minus. Yeah, guys. Now, honestly, if you know how to use a calculator, just plug it in. We did matrices a couple of sessions ago, so check the lives. Check not the previous live, the live before that. All right. Okay. She has B2, it's A2. B squared. Give me 1 second, huh? All right, so minus 24 squared is 576, right? 16, what was that? It was 496? It was 496, right? All right, so 2 by 4 is 8, right? So you have 24 plus or minus the square root of. So 576 minus 496 is 80. All right. am I gonna go over factor? I did that a long time ago. Check the lives, check my past lives, search across the channel if it, you might find it. Question 1. Shona, we do a lot of that. We did that a long time ago. You know how to do it? Oh, on YouTube? Huh? Oh, okay. All right, so guys, what we'll do after the question, actually, Paige just figure out how to solve a quadratic on the calculator. But you had to have that calculator, so I might give her a little 5 minutes to show you, right? Okay. Honestly, guys, for this, it's just to plug it up in your calculator, right? 4 root 5. Okay, I'm just gonna plug it up in the calculator as opposed to doing any kind of third form business, right? So what, 4.12? That's what you said, 4.11? Was the digit after that? Really? Aha. Yeah. So you lost. No. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Hold on. Rando. The tree face. Oh, it's just that. Oh, Chris, it's just that. The bottom right hand one is the one that's the feed from the actual streaming laptop. I streaming on YouTube, and that one has the streaming software for like Streamlabs. So that feeding, right? The top right hand one, that's actually onboard webcam. And then the other one is one more cam I had that I buy and I really wanted to use, and it wasn't working the way I wanted it to work, so I just put it on. Right. I will do a next one. All right, well, just hold on, float along, and then we will come back and we'll start, right? So the degree of, okay. Oh, hey, mode 5 equation, boy. G giving all the other tutorial there. Chief Keith, I'm giving some more opinions on that tonight. Right. Right. Yeah. All right. So the roots. The roots are x equal to, it was 4.11 and sorry. And 1.89, 1.88. So and then how low we are to go with that one now? -5. Okay.
What is -5?
Yeah, my curves will come out good, guys. So, right, I'll live with that. Yes, okay. Yo. Yeah.
What is that for?
The -5 is the minimum value of the function, right? Which corresponds to the y coordinate of the minimum point.
So K is always the minimum.
K is the minimum value of the function, yes. Or max, if it's a max curve, right? H is the x coordinate of that minimum point. Well, minus h, sorry, minus h, my bad. Yeah. If the line, what, sorry? No, it's minus 3. Remember, it's minus h and k. The coordinates of the minimum maximum point are always minus h and k. So if h is -3, minus h is -3, which is +3. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to talk about that now. How did we get the roots? We got the roots using the quadratic equation, right? Michael. Crash out final boss. Okay. Right, so Right. Right. You could dead right now. Yeah, lose all. There's one question. Don't get hyperbolic. It's going sideways. Right. Up on a curve and spin. Alright, the man, Calista, later. Alright, where was we? Right, okay, cool. So check it, guys. Right, so folks, we're going to talk about actually sketching the curve now, right? Oh. What's wrong? It's best to stick the period. Pressuring them. Yeah, sometimes it's go good, sometimes it don't go that good. Alright. Alright, Mishka, come this way now. Right.
Yeah, what am I doing?
I'm gonna ask you to put in some values for me.
Okay.
Right, but I wanna
Yeah, sure.
right? Yo. When I finish explaining this, yes.
Let me just have a
When I finish explaining this.
Just look at this.
Oh, was that my fault? Oh, yeah, no, that was my fault.
Okay, we're gonna talk about why I put the curve there and why we want to do it. Right, okay, cool. Right, so here we go. Good, Michelle.
Yeah.
Go to the colors. Let's go and select
I like purple.
that's fine. Just make sure you breathe in not too thick.
Is that
Right,
thick?
that
Okay.
Aim is for 8:30, but you choose I don't know how I better for yeah, we might wrap up with it. Alright. Yeah, as we get working from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. like 3-4 days of the week, like 4 weeks. Anyhow. Right, sorry, let me read you. Right here. To sketch the curve, we need to know 4 things. 1, the shape of the curve. How many? What shapes we have for the curve? As in what types of quadratic curves we have? Either max or min. How do we tell if it's max or min? We look at the coefficient of the x squared term, which is in this case 4. So we make it a circle with 4 on the x squared, right? So that's the A value. If A is positive, you smile. When you smile, you have a
Happy.
minimum curve. If A is negative, you're gonna frown. You have a maximum curve. It's positive, so we know the shape. We know the shape. Now we need to know where is it passing, as in what's the position on the axis. We have to know 3 things here. Well, technically 2, right? We have to know the y-intercept, which we can pull straight from the expression again, which is the 31. The y-intercept is 31. That is the value on the y-axis through which the curve passes. Why is that? No pun intended, right? Because on the y-axis, what is the x value? At any point on the y-axis, x is equal to 0, correct? If you substitute x equal to 0 inside of that expression, it will cancel the 4x squared to 0. It will cancel 24x to 0. What's 0 minus 0? And what's 0 plus 31? 31. So when x is 0, the value of the function is 31. So that's why it's the y-intercept. Alright? Cool. So 31 is the y. No, so I know it's kind of high. So it's the y-intercept. It's not at the bottom half of the axis. It's above the x-axis, right? Now I need to know where it's passing through the x-axis. That's what we call solving the quadratic and finding the roots or the x-intercepts. So just go up to the next page. Right. So this is where we did the quadratic formula, which apparently someone had never seen before. Anyhow, in any case, you see it tonight. It's on the formula sheet, so you don't have to remember it. You just have to know when to use it. You use it to solve quadratics, especially when they can't factorize. Last year's question 2 asked you to use the formula specifically. And to be honest, you couldn't really factorize that. The one they had last year had to use the formula, right? So we have the formula, do the substitution, put it in the calculator, and book now. Again, if you all have certain calculators, you can plug it in, plug it in for the calculator and get the roots. So the 2 values we have there, 4.12 and 1.88, are the values on the x-axis through which the curve passes. Now, so we should go back. Oh, sorry, before you go back, what can you tell me about the signs of those 2 values? They're both positive, right? So we should go back to the graph. So if they're both positive, it means that they're both going to be on the right side, right? As in the positive aspect of the x-axis. So what's going to happen is that it's not going to span both sides of the axis, right? And it's also not going to be on the left side, which I see it here, right? Anyhow, right. Now, again, and the next thing I want to remind you is do not try to plot the values first. This is my strong suggestion. Plotting the values first. It was on the wrong side.
This one?
So it was a weird shape curve too. Anyhow, long story short, don't plot your values first. Sketch the curve and then put the values after. Again, when it's a sketch, it's not drawn to scale. Once you know, put that like for example here, if you had put the curve, right? No, you can see, right? So don't put the curve here, right? If you put the curve there, the values on the what? On the negative side. And look what the y-intercept is, not by -5. What's the value of y-intercept? 31? Right. So don't put the curve in the wrong place. Put values that obviously don't make any sense and expect to get marks. Alright? It has to make sense. So you have to have a visual, you have to have an idea about what the curve looks like. Right? So we should just this label. So label 11 on 1.88 or 1.9. Okay, you had a kind of tap on the side with the
Okay. Like a 1 point what?
1.9.
9?
Right? And then the other one is 4.1. Right, cool. Right, cool. Right, and the last thing you have to show. Is what it was indicating the coordinates of the maximum minimum point. And the y, oh sorry, I'm putting the y answer for me. It's 31.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. When you go first, just kind of tap on the screen, right here, till you get that right. 31. Right. And now the and the minimum point. So let's just right. So they want the coordinates. So you have to show the coordinates. So you could actually just put some brackets there and put 3 and -5. Now, how do we get those coordinates? We get that from computing the square. Right? The maximum minimum, the coordinates, sorry, of the maximum minimum point are always going to be minus h, the negative of h value, and k. Minus h is the x coordinate of the minimum point, and the k is the y coordinate. Alright? You can actually put that note on the side.
Okay,
So
cool.
put coordinates of max point. That's h. Right? Where the h and k came from the previous part of the question. Right? So to sketch a quadratic, you need to know 4 things. Shape of the curve is the maximum. How do we tell that? We look at the coefficient of the x squared. Right? It's positive, you smile, you have a minimum curve. Negative, you frown, you have a maximum curve. Right? Next thing we need to know is where is that located? Where is that maximum point? That's minus h and k. But that's not the primary thing. You need to draw the whichever. Now, I'll show you that next trick just now. So just now when we completed the square, somebody was like, where's that? Right? I can show you how to find the coordinates minus h and k without completing the square. But to do so, you have to have the roots. To have the roots, you either have to factorize and solve the quadratic or use the formula. Right? Check this, right? Let me show. What we're gonna do. So you guys see we have the roots 4.1 and 1.9. Alright, so me show. On that same side there in a different color. Do what I want you to do is put 4.1 plus the 1.9
Put both of them over too.
Put 4.1. No, not there. On the left side where it says and max.
Yeah.
4.1 plus 1.9 all over 2 here. Right. 4.1 plus 1.9 is 6. So put that equal to 6 over 2. 6 over 2 is equal to 3. Isn't that the value we have there for the x coordinate? Right. Your minimum points, x coordinate, is going to be exactly half in between the roots because the quadratic is symmetrical above its minimum point. Right? We talked about symmetrical as in that when you have like letter H, you can draw a line through the middle and the top half and the bottom half of perfect reflection. The letter A, you can draw a perfectly vertical line down the center of the A, left half and right half. Of course, you know how what's the usual do. Here's a goal. Ask them, you know what symmetry is? What is that? What is very dead equal? What is very dead equal? Oh, that's a symmetry.
Wait, what?
Ask one. Yeah. What's symmetry? That's very, very difficult, right? Now, what's the best place to bury dead people? What's the best place for a cemetery? Dead center top. Why does build tall walls around cemeteries? People just dying to get in. People just dying to get in. Why would a person selling buckies or something? Cough syrup do well in a cemetery? Diarrhea cough. And we went there, and the man who was supposed to put the coffin in the ground didn't have a shovel. It was a grave situation. You what? Okay, get back on point. Right. So, if you don't remember how to complete the square, or that you have to use it to find a minimum point, what you could do, solve the quadratic by factorizing the formula and find the average of the roots. Right? Now, that's the x coordinate. How do we find the y coordinate? All you have to do is plug the x coordinate back into the function. So, you can figure that for me. Do orange.
Okay, cool.
Right, so you put 4 open brackets, 3
Let's
squared. Now,
see.
you change the weight on that.
That's very thick. Okay, yeah, sorry, 4.4 by.
Right, 4 open brackets, 3, because you said the x value is 3,
Yeah.
right? 3 open brackets squared. Right, minus 24 open brackets 3. Right, 3 squared is what? 9. 9 by 4 is? Right, so 36. Right, 24 by 3 is 72. Minus 72. Plus 31. Right, 36 minus 72 is minus 36. Minus 36 plus 0 is minus 5. Look at that. We just found the coordinates of the max and minimum. Sorry, the maximum point of the curve. Minimum point of the curve without completing the square. So you have little loopholes here and there if you know that. Right? Now, seeing as we did the thing, apparently we just scratch it out. Right? If you know how to solve a quadratic via factorization or the formula, you can bypass having to complete the square. Now, if they ask you outright like in the first part of the question, to show it in that form, you still don't have to complete the square. Unless they say, by method of completing the square, do this, right? Even if they say that and they don't know how to do it, but you do this, you still get some marks. You can't get all because it means you wouldn't follow the instruction. Right? So once you know how to solve a quadratic via factorizing for the formula and you get the roots, you can find the average, get the just by the way, that's the x coordinate, which is minus h. If you want the h value, you can put minus in front of that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go. Okay. Is the next part of this question?
Yeah, for the axis of symmetry.
Right, okay. The equation of the axis of symmetry is just x equals to minus h. But x equals
Is it?
kind of tough.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just the x equals to 3. Put x equals to minus 3. That minus. Right. That means x equals to 3. Okay. Folks, I feel like we hit our work. I know what yeah, I feel like we should do graphs.
Yeah.
Someone else talking about the roots, by the way.
For the roots?
Yeah.
To get the roots, hold on.
Sorry, they also saw the 4.1 and
Yeah. Hey guys, don't jump out on my yet, right? We use the formula to find the roots, the 4.1, right? Intersection, right? Yes, that's correct. Okay, cool. Everyone wish everyone the worst. Best wishes, right? Hold on, before you go, just like Tuesday, it's like Monday, maybe say a little quick prayer for good luck and trust. And we pray, and we bless the Lord. And we praise God. Bring back the girl. Bring she back. Who's that? You know, sanity. Mishka, you have a fan?
Huh?
You have a fan?
I have what?
Bring back the girl. Bring she back. Move.
Oh my god, that man has been saying things.
Oh Lord have mercy. So I know. Before I had a ban from the channel. Take it easy. No bearings. Skeleton, check my January lives. I have bearings. I open all of them. They're all public. Alright, bring back squares. Yeah. Right. What was last thing? What specifically? Alright. Alright, cool. Yeah, folks. So as the great father Gregor say, gather your thoughts. Alright. Have a seat. Because she might be able to handle it, but I don't know if she can handle both all yet. The chairs for one person at a time. I said the chairs for one person. Why did I add that? Planet Spectra, that was just a shortcut. It was just a shortcut to show how you could find the minimum, the coordinates of the minimum point without completing the square. It's just a shortcut. It's a little hack you could use. There you go, the course the turning point. That's the same as the mark. That's the same thing here. Turning point. The topic, Elizabeth, completing the square and sketching quadratic graphs. All right, folks. So after PUA on Tuesday, we know that some rude surprises could come. Right now, I have an extra. I put out what do you call it? A reel? Is that reel? On Instagram, stating some stuff last night, but some other information has come to light, so I've followed up. But that's the steady point. What I'm trying to say is that the example come how it come. We have no control over that. All we have control over is the efforts we put in, right? You know what you do, and you know how you do it, right? I know plenty times, while I was working, I was doing so, and when I look up, all they're doing so too, right? So that gone already, right? Now, please do not stay up whole night and try to cram, right? Well, some people thrive on it. If that works for you, then that's your business. My suggestion is please don't do that. Because if you're going the exam and that phrase will like crash out, if that happened tomorrow in the exam and you fall asleep or whatever the case is and you can't do the exam, that's a whole different story, right? Now, whatever comes on the exam tomorrow, guys, ladies and gents, please practice proper exam technique, right? You have 2 hours and 40 minutes. So ideally, right, you have 2 hours.
Not your phone in the middle of the exam.
Well, your phone not going to be on them. Ooh. Oh. Well, if you carry the phone in the exam against the explicit instruction and you're caught with it, you could be debarred and disqualified. So I strongly suggest don't do that. A matter of fact, I'm telling you outright, don't do that. That's not a good idea. Right? Yeah, Jesse, sorry, we kind of done. So I just giving some tips here. Right. So if you're going through the exam, just like who here do January maths? Right. There was a question in question 1, part B, that had an error. If you're going through the exam and you're reading the questions, something not making sense, right? It's possible it's an error. Now, don't think that every question can have an error. Maybe you just forget to study certain things. But at this point, I think you'll know a sufficient quantity of information to at least pass the exam, most of all, right? I think everybody here can pass, right? Now, if you're going through the exam, something could give in trouble, leave it and come back. But remember to come back. Some people like to zigzag question, 6 part B, cool, 3 part C, nice, 10 part D, okay, cool. and then you go through the paper, and it's like Star Trek, it has space, right? So don't do that, right? Make sure to answer as many questions as you can possibly answer. You get marks for what you have on the paper. Even if you don't know something and you just write something to kind of guess, cool, right? C4 is not bingo, right? Or explosion. Yeah. If who send you?
I sent you a message.
Right? No. First of all, you're not supposed to have your phone.
Okay, would it be in the exam room?
If you communicate with me during the course of the exam, no, I wouldn't help you. That is cheating. Yeah, the marks for the weekend is definitely right. Right. Now, unless you sweat plenty, then that's a different story. But we are going all in, right? Right. Anyhow. Right. So yeah, we still here. Right. Now again, when you're tackling the questions, do what you could do. Whatever you can't do, don't organize over it. We still have paper one, right? Now, speaking of paper one, let me just show you the dates I've planned for it, right? Now, as you know, paper one is quite down to is the last exam, right? That's the 6th of June, right? Now, I might probably have Mishka handling the ad maths multiple choice, right? So I could probably start you all from either the first Sunday in June or even from the 30th. Well, that's our public holiday, so we probably wouldn't start that day, right? So whatever day y'all we could liaise, and whatever day y'all free after the Spanish multiple choice and thing, we could start to do some preparation from there, right? Because as you can see, the week with the multiple choice, you have HSB paper one, French paper one, Chem paper one, Art Maths paper one, Bio, Geo, TD, English A, and then Maths is the last one, right? Yeah. So we have multiple choice too. All right. Anyhow. All right. So with that, we will close by me offering the same prayer from Monday. Now, yeah. Let's close your eyes, quiet your mind, quiet your heart. So again, I like to offer this for all my students in before the exam. It's the prayer I said for myself personally when I sat down to study every time in Form 6 and in UE. I didn't have it in Form 5. All right, so it goes like this. O light of the world, infinite God, Father of eternity, giver of wisdom and knowledge, and ineffable dispenser of every spiritual grace, who knows all things before they were made, who made the darkness and the light, stretch forth your hand and put your spirit, O Lord, in our hearts, that we may understand and retain what we learn and meditate on it in our hearts. Lovingly, mercifully, clemently, and gently inspire us with your grace, O Lord. Teach, guide, and strengthen the thoughts of our minds to let your discipline instruct us to the end. May the counsel of the Most High help us through your infinite wisdom and mercy. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. Ladies and gents, it was a pleasure. Hope to see some more left for paper one, for POA, and for maths. Apart from that, go home and get some sleep. Later. All right. Liam, Logan, I'm going. I'll see you later for paper one, accounts and for maths. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Bye. All right. Chats. What? Don't do that. It could also be because you had 3 hours of sleep. All right. All right, yeah. Who we have there? Yeah, there you go. All right, ladies and gents, yeah, I can't call everybody name in the YouTube chat there, but thanks for sticking around. All right, yeah. You go on? Good luck tomorrow. All right, thanks. Yeah, everybody, good luck tomorrow. Yeah, that's Tino. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Sino. Sino, yes, man. All right, YouTube, I'll go on.